Elvis Aaron Presley was born on the 8th of January 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. His family wasn't rich, his father didn't have a constant income, so they had to move all the time. Since childhood, Elvis was raised in an environment of music and religion. To attend church and participate in the church choir was considered an indispensable attribute of the family. When he turned 11, his parents presented him with a guitar, instead of a bicycle. They couldn't afford it. In November 1948, the family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where his love of country, blues, boogie-woogie, rhythm and blues, and the gospel was born. When he was in the 8th grade, his teacher told him that he didn't have a talent to sing. The next day he brought the guitar to school, and sang a country song, trying to prove the opposite. In August 1953, Elvis visited a recording studio, Sun Records, in order to record some songs as a present for his mother's birthday. Studio owner Sam Phillips asked his secretary to take note of Elvis, but in the following months, Elvis didn't receive any offers from the studio. In January 1954 he visited Sun Records again, to record some songs for himself. Later, he tried to audition for a local gospel quartet, but was told that he had no talent. When Elvis decided to audition at a Memphis club, he was booed, and the band leader advised him to focus on his job as a truck driver. On the 26th of June 1954, Elvis received a call from Sun Records asking him to record a song as a singer. By chance, they recorded the song and Sam Phillips was amazed by it and immediately brought it to a radio station. Shortly, the station started receiving calls from the audience, wishing to know more about the singer. Some days later they recorded another song, and on the 19th of July 1954, the single was released that was sold in 20,000 copies, and reached 4th place in the local chart right away. On the 17th of July 1954, Presley, as a member of the Blue Moon Boys, played publicly for the first time, at the Bon Air Club. After that concert, the band became a frequent guest of musical radio broadcasts. On the 28th of January 1956, Presley performed on a national TV channel, and during the next 2 months he was invited to perform again 5 times. It was at this time that Presley became popular on a national scale. By the end of the 50s in the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, South Africa, and Italy, his singles began to occupy the top of the charts. Friends, write in the comments, at what age did you get acquainted with the music of Elvis Presley, and what songs do you like the most? And maybe do you have an interesting story from your life that's connected with his music? We would be very interested if you shared it in the comments. On the 24th of March 1958, Presley was enlisted in the U.S. Army, so he went to serve in Germany. Service in the Army didn't prevent him from releasing new singles, which he recorded directly in Germany. At the end of the service, Elvis returned to America, where he was still popular. But in the second half of the 60s, his position was shaken, due to the mass fascination with the Beatles, who themselves were once inspired by the work of Presley, and his shooting in mediocre films. After a stunning performance at a concert on NBC in 1969, he took again the top of the charts. On the 15th of April 1969, Presley signed a contract with the New International Hotel in Las Vegas, for a series of concerts, for which he received an unprecedented $500,000. The culmination of his return to the top of fame, was the TV concert Aloha from Hawaii. This was the first concert to be broadcast over a global satellite link. The performance on the 14th of January 1973, in Honolulu, Hawaii, was shown in 38 countries, and was watched by approximately 1.5 billion people. Around that time Presley got problems with health, and his family life. He started to gain weight, and be increasingly dependent on prescribed strong medication. Elvis Presley died from a heart attack, at his Graceland estate, on the 16th of August 1977. Today Elvis Presley is still one of the greatest performers in the history of music. More than 1 billion of his records have been sold worldwide. During his lifetime, he was recognized as the King of Rock and Roll, awarded 3 Grammy Music Awards, and became one of the first to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His famous image of the King is still used in films, cartoons, and video games. That was a story about Elvis Presley. You are on the Short History channel. Subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss our new short stories. Click the bell, like, leave comments, stay with us.